just, I don't know, growing up in Manchester, was it like different? You were different from all the London bands?
A little bit, yeah. You know, we had that Manchesterness about us, which is a little bit different, you know. In some ways, it's a little bit more internal, you know, more going into your soul than that, I guess, rather than the exterior thing, you know. We had that as well, but we had the things that go on inside, you know. And I think people could relate to that when we were singing about it. It was like, yeah, I felt that too, I've experienced that, you know. So it got inside people as well, which was kind of important, you know.
What was working with Martin Hannett before he was Martin Hannett, you know, because he was, in some forms they call him like the Manchester Phil Spector, you know, but
yeah.
You worked with him when he was like just this guy who knew a little bit about production, you know?
Yeah, I don't think he knew much, you know. I think he knew less than what he actually thought he knew, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've done my homework.
But it was kind of all that, it was kind of that spirit where it was kind of saying that anybody can have a go at all these things. Let's see what happens, you know. Let's rip up, throw in air, let's roll the dice, let's see what happens. And Martin Hannett was like that. And I said before, you know, when we was mixing that record, he was messing it up. He didn't kind of know what he was doing, but he got this amazing sound.
Yeah,
and so
the drums. Yeah.
So that working in the dark kind of thing, and not quite knowing what you're doing exactly, can create some magic, you know.
How do you see Spiral Scratch like compared to like this new indie that's not really independent, you know? It's like Spiral Scratch was real.
Yeah, I mean, we did Spiral Scratch because we figured nobody had signed this kind of music up at the time. It was so rough and different. At that moment, we didn't think we'd get a deal. So
you created the New Hormones record label.
Yeah, we just thought it was initially it was £500 to make a record. We thought, why don't we just make them and give it, you know, have it available to the people that come and see us. And from that, as soon as it was pressed, a lot of people picked up on it, and then we had to keep pressing more and more. You know? But it was originally like a totally independent thing. You know?
Yeah, actually, your manager, Mr. Boone, took the picture for the album cover, right?
It was so indie that we had 2 shots. That was good, buddy.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty cool. One of the best experiences in my life. So, how do you see like independent music, like when you guys did Spiral Scratch, you released it yourselves and your New Hormones, your own label, and how do you see indie music like thrown out these days? And you know, like everything's so, yeah, let's say it's corporate, and indie music is just like this like excuse for it. It's just like the stepping stone for doing the same old shit. So what do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean it's very tough now, you know, with iTunes and the economy. Like record companies can't put money into young bands half the time, which is, you know, unless you're some regular kind of sausage machine thing, you know, that's going to sell 15 million. They don't want to put any money into something that's a bit crazy, which is a bad situation, you know. And the indie thing, you know, we had to do it then, and people have got to do it now, you know, but nothing's getting heard through all this corporate stuff, you know, because they're just signing all those regular kind of, you know, those MTV bland acts. And we got all these talent shows now in Britain, and young kids think that's rock and roll, you know.
Yeah, like the X Factor?
X Factor and all that shit, you know. I mean, fuck, imagine growing up thinking that is what rock music's about, like punk rock or anything, all that stuff, you know.
Yeah, imagine if they ever played like Ever Falling in Love in the X Factor, would you allow it?
Fucking hope not, no, I don't fucking want to hear it on there, you know.
Me neither, man, me neither.
Luckily, we managed to stay clear of a lot of that, you know. But that's a bad influence on the kids, you know. I mean, when we were their kind of ages, we were getting into what we were doing the Spiral Scratch and making those albums. Now, you know, people think, you know, they just want to be famous and sing some fucking shit, you know. It doesn't make sense, you know. They're losing the vibe, the vitality of it, you know, the excitement of music, the intellectual stuff, the powerful stuff, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So, well, thank you very much, Steve, for the interview.
Absolute pleasure.
And if you had like something to say to the new bands, like you were saying, like what would be the best advice coming from a boss, coming from a real 77 punk rocker, you know?
You've got to make sure you've got a tough soul, because you've got to stick to your beliefs, and it's, you know, it's a hard road. It's like swimming through a swamp, you know. And you've got to look after yourself on that journey, because it can drive you crazy trying to get there, trying to do all the things. It can send you over the edge, you know. And you've got to have that resilience to get through. It's one thing learning to play, but learning to deal with it all and survive and be able to get on that stage and give it everything you've got. It's a big mountain to climb, you know. And so you've got to look after yourself to do that. That's the most important thing, so you can keep focused on the case, you know.
So there's two different games to play when you're in the rock and roller coaster.
Absolutely, man. You know, well, look at Kurt Cobain. You know, shot himself in Curtis. Poor old Jarrett died naturally, but you know, when you see it taking its toll on people like that, you think, fuck.
Thanks, Steve. And
yeah.
This was an honor, you know.
Absolute pleasure, brother.
Well, thank you very much, Steve.
You're welcome.
Steve.